Hello everyone, and welcome to Bridge is for Everyone. My name's Jad. This is episode 47 of the Learn to Play series. This episode looks at the use of the traditional slam try when considering a slam bid in no trump or a major suit. Let's start with a new deal. This is deal 018. Partner is the dealer. Here is your hand. As always, you value your hand. You have 16 high card points and 0 long points for a total of 16 points. Your only short suit is a doubleton, so your hand is balanced. And you have 2 biddable suits, diamonds and clubs. Partner opens the bidding with 1 no trump and East passes. It's your turn to bid. You interpret partner's bid. Partner's bid shows 15 to 17 high card points and a balanced hand. You apply the rules for responding to 1 no trump. With a balanced hand and no biddable major suit, you want to play a no trump contract. But at what level? You add partner's 15 to 17 points to your 16 points for a total of 31 to 33 points. You check for possible contracts. You need 25 points for a game bid of 3 no trump and 33 points for a slam bid of 6 no trump. If partner has the maximum 17 points for the 1 no trump bid, then a slam is possible. But if partner has less points, a slam is not advisable. You'd like to ask partner if they have the maximum 17 points, and you can. You do this with a bid 1 step beyond game. In the case of no trump, this is 4 no trump. Such a bid is called a slam try. But before you look for a slam, you know you need to check for aces. Importantly, you can't use Gerber to ask for aces because you probably don't have enough points for a slam. All you can do is check your own hand. You have 3 aces, so a slam is possible, even if partner does not have the missing ace of hearts. You check your holding in hearts. You have 3 hearts, including the king and jack. This is a good holding which, when combined with partner's good hand, is likely to secure that suit. You decide to look for a slam. You make a slam try with a bid of 4 no trump. You have seen 4 no trump used as a Blackwood bid when considering a slam in a suit, but this is different. There is no agreed suit, so this is not regular Blackwood. And the previous bid was no trump, so it cannot be immediate Blackwood. It is a slam try. It simply says to partner, if you have 17 points, bid 6 no trump. If you don't, then pass. West passes. Partner has 17 points and bids 6 no trump. East passes. You pass. And West passes to end the auction. The contract is 6 no trump by North. In this case, partner had the points you needed. But what if this was not the case? Let's go back to partner's last bid. This time, partner has 15 or 16 points and passes, and East passes to end the auction. The contract is 4 no trump by North. You are very likely to make this contract, even though it is beyond game level. Let's see why. You know that you need 25 points to play 3 no trump, and you learned previously that an extra trick requires about 4 extra points. So 4 no trump should require about 29 points. Your partnership has at least 31 points, so this is a viable contract. This illustrates one of the defining requirements for a slam try. Your partnership needs at least 29 points to even think about a slam try. Now, let's look at another deal. This is deal 019. Partner is the dealer. Here is your hand. As always, you value your hand. You have 12 high card points and 1 long point for a total of 13 points. You have a void in hearts, so your hand is unbalanced, and you have 3 biddable suits: spades, diamonds, and clubs. Your hand is a heart splinter. Partner opens the bidding with 1 spade, and East passes. It's your turn to bid. You interpret partner's bid. Partner's bid shows 13 to 21 points and 5 or more spades. You check for a fit with partner's major suit. You add your 4 spades to partner's minimum of 5 for a total of 9 spades. You have a fit and will play a spade contract. But at what level? You start by revaluing your hand. You replace your 1 long point with 5 dummy points for the heart void, giving a total of 17 points. You add your 17 points to partner's 13 to 21 for a total of 30 to 38 points. Your partnership has more than the minimum 29 points for a slam try. Before deciding to look for a slam, you check for aces. You hold 3 aces, which is sufficient to consider a slam try. You check the remaining suit, hearts. You have a void in hearts, so you have complete control over the suit because you can trump any heart trick. The ace of hearts is irrelevant. You want to make a slam try bid, but what is that bid? As you saw in the no trump example, a slam try is a bid beyond game. In this case, 5 spades. You bid 5 spades. And West passes. It's partner's turn to bid. So what are partner's options? This is slightly more complex than the no trump slam try because partner's point range is very wide. Here is what I recommend. With 3 or more extra points, partner should make a slam bid of 6 spades. Extra points are those above minimum. In this case, that means 16 or more points. Otherwise, partner should pass. Now, back to the deal. Unfortunately, partner has the minimum of 13 points and passes, and East passes to end the auction. The contract is 5 spades by North. Your partnership has 30 points, so it is likely that you will make this contract. You do need one more trick than the game contract of 4 spades, but the extra risk is well worth the attempt to find a slam. Now, let's try another deal. This is deal 020. This time you are the dealer. Here is your hand. As always, you value your hand. You have 16 high card points and 2 long points for a total of 18 points. You have a singleton diamond, so your hand is unbalanced, and you have only 1 biddable suit, hearts. You apply the rules for an opening bid. With an unbalanced hand and 13 to 21 points, You will open with a bid of 1 in your long suit. You bid 1 heart. West passes, partner bids 4 hearts, and East passes. It's your turn to bid. You interpret partner's bid. Partner's bid shows 12 to 15 points and 3 or more hearts, guaranteeing a heart fit. Partner has made a game bid, but perhaps a slam is possible. You add your 18 points to partner's 12 to 15 points for a total of 30 to 33 points. You are above the 29-point threshold for a slam try and have some likelihood of reaching the 33 points required for a small slam. You check your aces. You have 3 aces, making a small slam possible. You check the 4th suit, diamonds. You have a singleton diamond, so you can only lose 1 trick in diamonds. You proceed with the slam try. You bid 5 hearts, and West passes. It's partner's turn to bid. Partner's first bid had a range of 12 to 15 points. Because this is a small range, partner will only bid the slam with a maximum. With less than a maximum, partner will pass. Partner bids 6 hearts. East passes, you pass, and West passes to end the auction. The contract is 6 hearts by South. This time you will play the hand and partner will be dummy. There is one question you might be asking. I've shown you a slam try in no trump, spades and hearts. You were able to make a slam try in these strains because there is a bid above game and below slam in each of them. But what about the minor suits? In a minor suit, game is at the 5 level and slam is at the 6 level, so there is no room for a slam try. The concept of a slam try is fully consistent with general bridge bidding principles. Specifically, it uses the concept of quantitative bids and is sometimes known by that name. Nonetheless, it is vitally important that you and partner agree on their inclusion or exclusion from your partnership agreement. This episode covered more of the basics of bridge. It showed you how and when to bid a slam try in no trump or a major suit. In future episodes, I'll cover everything else you'll need to be a confident and successful bridge player. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to this channel. Until next time, this is Jad reminding you that bridge is for everyone.